Good evening, everybody. Simon here, Explosive Action. I'm back for another DVD and Blu-ray update. Not as big as the last one, so let's get into it. So my main DVD and Blu-ray update in March was well over 2 hours long and nearly killed me. I said I'm not going to do that again. So here we are in April, and I've not actually got as much, and that's good because we have a smaller update. But there's still enough here to talk about. So we're going to start off with some DVDs. A lot of these are kind of your cheapy action things. I mean, what a surprise. This is Explosive Action. And this one, I ended up getting this for free because the condition was subpar, and I think the seller felt bad, so it was free. With something else, but whatever. Yeah, this is Tychus. I've tested it, it plays. Tychus. This is some Dennis Hopper, is what this is. Dennis Hopper, Peter Onorati, and other people I don't know, doing sci-fi action, probably made for cable TV. Some explosive photos there on the back. But anyway, reading from the back here. Journalist Jake Lowe, Peter Onorati, is sent in to investigate a suspicious mining company. What he uncovers is a massive underground city built by Peter Crawford, Dennis Hopper, in preparation for the worst disaster imaginable. A comet, Tychus, is hurtling on a collision course with Earth. When the world finds out about the upcoming apocalypse, it becomes a race against time for survival. So there you go. You've got Dennis Hopper as he's likely going to be some kind of evil underground city underlord. And yeah, it's going to be cheapo. This came out in the year 2000, and I imagine the DVD was pretty much right behind it, if not exactly the same day. I don't get a feeling this is going to be a cinema release. But yeah, anyway, it's clearly been watched. It's an ex-rental. It's been a bit scrubby, but price was right. Nothing. And yeah, I'll see what Tychus is like. Seems to be kind of challenging one to find anyway. These ones, I got these next ones. This one was new. Brand new release, actually. This is Last Man Down. Look at those muscles. Man, save the best deaths for last. I like this kind of film. You know, you almost vigilante justice kind of thing. He's got his knife. It looks very Deadly Prey, right? Directed by Fansu Nyi. Don't know who that is, but Daniel Stitson. He's in another modern film, which I haven't watched yet. If I remember, I'll put a picture here. Hopefully I remember. But he looks equally as muscly in that, so hopefully this is good. He looks like, that kind of modern wrestling kind of action star. I don't know if he was or wasn't, but anyway. When civilization succumbs to a deadly pandemic and his world falls apart, Special Forces soldier John Wood, what a token, just generic name that is, retreats to the isolation of the wilderness. Years later, a mysterious wounded woman appears at his door, claiming her blood is the key to a worldwide cure. Of course it is. John is reluctant to get involved with what's left of humanity, but when he learns that her pursuers are led by the man that murdered his wife, he'll do it. To unleash hell. Starring Norwegian bodybuilder Daniel Stitson. There you go. As an exciting new action hero. Last Man Down is a blistering survivalist action film in the tradition of Braven and Rambo. He does look kind of Rambo there in the back. He's got his bow and arrow, that kind of thing. So, yeah, he's protecting the woman. He's taking down the nasty bad guys. Hopefully it's good. We will see. It looks like it should be fun. So anyway, Last Man Down. Next up, well, it was Last Man Down. This is Last Seen Alive. Quality. Gerard Butler. He's been doing a lot of direct-to-video action nonsense lately. Will Spann, that's Butler, Will Spann or will he not, is driving to soon-be ex-wife Lisa Alexander to... What? Oh, what? Alexander? I don't know. We haven't got to... They didn't do full names on the back here, whatever. Alexander, Ms. Alexander, to her parents' house when she mysteriously disappears at a service station. Desperate to locate her, Will turns to the police, who fail to help and even place suspicion on Will. Resolved to find Lisa by any means necessary, Will plunges into the town's criminal underbelly while running from authorities in this heart-stopping race against time. Does sound kind of dad thriller, I will say, but it's a Voltage Pictures release, and they did a lot of those sort of 2010s Seagal films that I like, that I shouldn't, but I do because they're great, but they're not. So we'll see what we get. It's only M-rated, moderate themes and violence. That's a PG-13 kind of thing. So, yeah, not expecting explosive action, but maybe we'll get a couple of bombs going off. So there you go. Last Seen Alive. Yeah, I thought I should start. Speaking of dad thrillers, Liam Neeson. They started to show up in the op shops for $1 now, and he's got so many. I don't know how he became this guy. Like, did Taken fine, but then there's like 500 lower budget Takens. Like everyone wants to do their own Taken. Anyway, they're gonna need more men with Blacklight. Travis Block. Neeson, again with just the surnames, is FBI's best fixer, tasked with rescuing undercover operatives from life and death situations. He's more than earned his retirement. When his boss and director of the FBI, Aidan Quinn from Elementary, turns him down, Block stumbles upon a conspiracy which reaches all the way to the highest echelons of the US government. Suddenly, Block is at crossroads. Does he toe the company line, ignoring his moral code? Does he keep on digging, risking not just his life, but his family as well? Very dad thriller, propelling viewers towards an explosive climax. Blacklight is one of Neeson's most fiery, uncompromising roles to date, etc. How big is this one? Cena Studios, directors Mark Williams, I don't know who that is. I'm not seeing any like giant studios. It's Village Roadshow and Rialto. I mean, okay, big enough, I guess. Don't think we're in direct-to-DVD territory. Probably went to the cinema. Blacklight? And he's done heaps of these. I'm just going to play catch-up. Yeah, this was an interesting one in the op shop. Rubicon. Very science fiction looking thing. I like this kind of stuff, you know, astronauts and things. Even if it's like 50 years or 100 years in the future, astronauts, I always like that kind of stuff. Earth's future is in their hands. The year is 2056. There you go. Earth's ecosystem has completely collapsed. Oh, well, what are we, 30 years? Yeah, I suppose so. Captain Hannah Wagner, played by Julia Franz Richter, leads a team aboard the Rubicon, the last fully operational space station in orbit. She finds herself at odds with the fellow crew member Gavin, George Blagden, who is conflicted with his own worldview, and Dimitri, Mark Ivaner, a grief-stricken father dealing with the loss of his son. If we have to. Suddenly, a toxic fog pushes the Earth to the point of extinction. Oh, here we go. And each of these astronauts are at breaking point. Should they survive just to watch the world die, or try to save a world which may not do the same for them? Interesting. Starts off being your big astronaut kind of thing, but then it starts turning into a disaster film. I don't know. We'll see. I can't read a lot of the back on here because they've used a tiny font, dark color on a dark color. Good jobs. But yeah, another one on Roadshow, and don't recognize anything else about it. But yeah, Rubicon. Interesting things I'm finding in the op shops, and like these are new or very, very new or like lightly used. Like this one, at least I know, Fall. Everyone was raving about this thing. There was like 10 copies of this in the op shop for $1, $2, whatever it was. Okay, fine. Not the Blu-ray, but price is right. And yeah, this was those that I think everyone knows about this one. The girls that got trapped up on this tower. For best friends, Becky, that's Grace Carolyn Curry, and Hunter Virginia Gardner, life is all about conquering fears and pushing limits. After they climb 2,000 feet to the top of a remote, abandoned radio tower, why? They find themselves stranded with no way down. We shouldn't have gone up there. Becky and Hunter's expert climbing skills would be put to the ultimate test as they desperately fight to survive the elements. A lack of supplies and vertigo-inducing heights in this adrenaline-fueled thriller from the producers of 47 Meters Down. That feels about right. That would be from someone like that. Co-starring Jeffrey Dean Morgan, whoever he is. Directed by Scott Mann. And it's a Lionsgate film. But yeah, people were banging on about this for a while, so we'll see what it's like. I never did get to it. I do occasionally like these very isolated single set films. Like I imagine the whole thing set on the tower. You know, it's like watching the first Saw. It's all in the room. That can often work, so we'll see. Fall. Yeah, some more cheapo action here. Look at this thing. Who would have thought that Ruby Rose would become an action star? But she's done a few now. But Frank Grillo, that's why we're here. And it's a proper MA strong violence. That would be an R in the US. Stowaway. This one gives me promise, and it's also a high voltage film. So again, from the Seagal High Voltage, I got hopes for this one. Get ready for a high octane action thriller in the mold of Die Hard and Panic Room. Stowaway stars Ruby Rose as Bella Denton, a tenacious and troubled young woman, inheriting a luxury yacht from her estranged father. Oh, poor her. When her party boat is hijacked by 3 vicious thieves, she must take the law into her own hands and fight to survive. This tense thrill ride also features Patrick Schwarzenegger. Hello! Patrick Schwarzenegger and Frank Grillo. So that's Frank Grillo's quite low in the bill there. Are we going to get 10 minutes of Grillo and 1 minute of Schwarzenegger? I don't know. We're going to see what happens with this one. But I do have hopes. It's a nice sharp 90 minutes. It's got the right ratings from a company. I like their stuff. The director, Declan Whitebloom. I don't know who that is. I'll look him up, see if he's done good stuff. But anyway, Stowaway. Got hopes. More sci-fi. Settlers. Cool font. Kind of, I don't know what's going on there. She's settling, I suppose. Quietly impressive piece of work, says the Guardian newspaper. On a remote homestead of the Martian frontier, a family from Earth clings to hope for a better life. But when strangers appear in the surrounding hills and attempt to run them off, 9-year-old Remy, played by Brooklyn Prince, catches a glimpse of the desperate reality her parents, Reza, played by Johnny Lee Miller, and Ilza, Wicked Warden, Sophia Botella, have tried so hard to keep from her. The strangers attack, Remy's parents kill 2, and Reza pursues the 3rd to the hills. Remy waits with her mother through the night, but Reza never returns. Instead, the surviving strangers appear clutching stock of Reza's rifle. Ooh. He gives them the option to leave, but Ilsa, for reasons unclear to Remy, refuses. They thus begin an uneasy detente with the stranger, who, introducing himself as Jerry, quickly insinuates himself into the daily rhythms of the homestead. Okay. Soon enough, we're getting the whole damn plot here. Soon enough, Remy begins to suspect a budding relationship between Jerry and her mother. Angered by Ilsa's apparent betrayal, she decides to turn her back on the only place she's ever known and set off into the hills, only to discover how little choice her mother and she actually have. So, I don't know. This is it sci-fi? Is it, it's Martian frontier. We're on Mars. Feels like a family drama kind of thing that happens to be on Mars. I don't know. We will see. Strong themes, violence, and threat of sexual violence. You get some ticks there. Rialto film. So yeah, see how we go with this one. Don't know the director. Wyatt Rockefeller. God, Rockefeller. This was a strange one to find, and I don't know if this is going to be up for my wheelhouse. But look, it looks interesting. Anyway, it's a BFI film. That's a bit la-di-da. That's like your Criterion, but England. We have Les Dames du Bois de Boulogne. Sounds like a really fancy cake. This is Robert Bresson film. Bresson, one of the most revered figures in French cinema. Robert Bresson is justly celebrated as the true auteur. And Les Dames du Bois de Boulogne, I think I nailed that. It's all right. The work that established his unique, highly personal vision. It was with this, only his second feature, that the Bresson turned his back on conventional filmmaking and began to forge his own path in cinema history. Centering around a dangerous love triangle, the story, based on a tale of Diderot, combines the superficial glamour of Parisian high society with seething passions and jealousies that prompt a spurred femme fatale. This is why I started to pay attention, to seek her ex-lover's humiliation. Highly literary dialogue from Jean Cocteau. The film is an intense study of erotic obsession. Ooh la la. It's only rated PG though. And the redeeming power of true love. Film's core is Maria Cazares' brilliant performance as the woman who was driven to destroy the object of her most ardent desire. So I don't think we're going to get like intestines falling out or anything, but dark themes at least. I mean, we'll find out what's going on here. It's from 1945. It's obviously French language, English subs, and it's shot in Academy 133.1. So not the kind of thing I would have rushed out to buy brand new, but it's a BFI release I found in an op shop. It has a chapter card thing. There you go, and it has all the information there. So, a high quality release of something I might enjoy. So there you go. Les Dames du Bois de Boulogne with cream and sugar. Next one. Creep. What a creep. I thought I had this, but that was a different creep. So, okay, another one I just found in the op shop. A lot of interesting things I've been finding in op shops lately. That's thrift stores. I've not explained it before. This is from Mark Duplass and Blumhouse, give or take, producers of Paranormal Activity and The Purge. I like both of those ones though. Creep. Looking for work, Aaron, played by Patrick Bryce, comes across a cryptic online ad. $1,000 for the day, filming service. Discretion is appreciated. Low on cash and full of naivety, he decides to go for it. He drives into a cabin in a remote mountain town where he meets Joseph Mark Duplass. This starting to sound a bit like Suburban, what? Siberian film? What the? You know what I'm talking about. I hope it doesn't turn into some weirdness. Here's cinematic subject for the day. Joseph is sincere and the project seems heartfelt, so Aaron begins to film. As the day goes on, it becomes clear that Joseph is not who he says, and his intentions are not at all pure. The directorial debut of Patrick Bryce, produced by Jason Blum, there you go, Blumhouse, and Mark Duplass, creeps intense interplay between its two protagonists, upends expectations at every turn. I mean, there's a review on here that says scary good. Full stop. Bloody millennials, Jesus Christ. Deeply disturbing from Ain't It Cool News. Is Ain't It Cool News still around? Didn't that guy like didn't they throw him away for fiddling and like being 800 pounds? But anyway, yeah, I don't know. Creep. It was there and it was cheap. And it might be okay. If you've seen Creep, yeah, let me know. One last DVD set. Tell me, getting through this a lot easier today. One last DVD set before we get to the Blu-rays. This was new. Amazon, I don't know if they all do it, but at least the Amazon Australia was doing one of their like lightning sale things. They did it sort of late March, I think it was. And this came up for a very cheap price. Didn't even know it was still in print. It's brand new. The Nurses Collection, Roger Corman, All Night Marathon. These are the Shout Factory releases. They did this like well into a decade ago, these things. Might even have a date on here. No, I mean, all the films are from the 70s, but anyway. Yeah, they did these for a long time ago. Good releases. I mean, you got the 2 discs, 4 films. 4 films we have are Candy Striped Nurses, Night Call Nurses, Private Duty Nurses, and Young Nurses. So these movies are about nurses. Okay, if you didn't catch that, and they're going to be naughty nurses. So yeah, all about that. Got my naughty nuns, needed some naughty nurses. Marisa, Deanne, and Sandy are 3 sexy teenagers who work as candy stripers at the local hospital. Feisty Marisa has been assigned her duties as a disciplinary action following a fight at school. Deanne considers her work a first step forward becoming a doctor. Beautiful Sandy works as the hospital only to be near her intern boyfriend. You'll fall in love with candy striped nurses as they all get into sorts of mischief with the doctors, patients, and each other. Then join 3 luscious nurses specializing in psychiatric therapy as they bend over backward, to help their desperate, deviant, and deranged. Deeply involved with their work, that they are, these dedicated women give intensive care to their aching patients. They do it gladly in the spirit of charity and the name of love. If you feel out of sorts, the Night Call nurses know just what to do. You'll be off your feet in no time. They're gorgeous and so helpful. They're the private duty nurses, calling on patients in need, medically or otherwise. Get ready for Spring, Lynn, and Lola, who are enrolled in an experimental pilot program at a major hospital where they must confront underground drug traffickers, racism, and even murder. And the 4th one, Kitty, Michelle, and Joanne, are lively young nurses who work at a large hospital and give the sexiest treatment you've ever seen in the young nurses. The story of loves and lives of these beauties who must struggle to establish themselves as professionals in medicine at hospitals where sex, drugs, and violence are rampant. These all sound like carry-on films, you know, or just the Doctor in the House or something. But there you go, 4 of them, and they're all from Corman. I don't know if he produced or directed them, or maybe all of the above. Interviews with Roger Corman, Julie Corman, Jonathan Kaplan, and Alan Holeb. Those last 2 may be directors of some of these films. But anyway, the Nurses Collection. Great to have it. On to the Blu-rays now, and I said this was going to be a bit of a quicker update. I think that first half was only 20 minutes, so look at us go. The first Blu-ray here, I think it was in the last update, I picked up a very cheap copy of Jet Li's Fearless on Blu-ray, and I might have said that I was happy for the upgrade, but I had Fearless on a 2-pack DVD with one of his other films called Unleashed, and then I have to solve that problem now, so I don't want to have a 2-pack laying around when I've got one on Blu-ray. So I did. Unleashed. I paid a whole $3 for this film. That was happy. And this was the guy that had the Tychus DVD that was in bad condition. So originally I paid for both, and he refunded me one of them because he wasn't happy with the condition. But this one was fine. Unleashed, $3 Blu-ray. I can't say no to that. This is so this is what, late 90s, early 2000s? When is this? I don't know. Doesn't say. packaging in 2010. That doesn't help me. 2005. 2005. So there you go. Martial arts superstar Jet Li stars in this action-packed adventure as Danny, a slave raised by a gangster, Bob Hoskins, to be a violent fighting machine, compete at an illegal gladiator-style fight club. When Danny has a chance encounter with a blind piano tuner, Morgan Freeman, he experiences true kindness for the first time, escapes from the underworld to live with the piano tuner and his family. The mob won't give up its prized pupil so easily. Danny must fight to protect his new family and shed his old life. So there you go. Happy to have an upgrade of this one. Been around for ages, this Blu-ray, like I said, 2010 disc. You can sort of tell, like, you know, when they put these big Blu-ray things on it. I'm surprised it doesn't have, like, beyond high definition across the top. But yeah, it's getting on this one. So yeah, this was Louis Leterrier. That's the director, I think. And yeah, big film, Universal Pictures. So yeah, been a long time since I've seen Unleashed. So same as Fearless. It's been ages since I've seen either of them. So yeah, happy for the upgrade. Good stuff. Can't argue for $3. Here's a nice new one. Really enjoying these Film Masters ones. They've been doing these 2-packs. This is The Devil's Partner, Creature from the Haunted Sea. I know Mr. Parker, he enjoyed both of these, but I also know that Mr. Extra, the Mutilator, warned me off the first one. So we will find out how I fare with The Devil's Partner. But if anything, it's really nice that they're just doing these obscure things. Sometimes, I mean, sometimes they're Corman films, sometimes they're below Corman. But, you know, 60s and late 50s kind of sci-fi drive-in theater movies. Roger Corman and his brother Gene founded the film group to distribute their own films. Occasionally, they picked up projects by other filmmakers, such as The Devil's Partner, distribution one. From 1961, a macabre tale of elderly men a man who regains his youth after making a deal with Satan. The tale of folk terror from director Charles Rodin stars Edgar Bouchnan and Jean Allison. Creature from the Haunted Sea, also 61, is a Corman spoof of crime films. Oh dear. A gangster knocks on off his crew members, blaming their deaths on a legendary sea monster. Of course, these two films were often paired as a double feature during the summer and fall of 61. Beware of the creature with the ping pong ball eyes. Oh, man. Just as long as they're not boring, that's all I ask. Everything else is just gravy. But yeah, I really enjoy these releases that they do. They do good transfers. They're putting love into films that are largely forgotten. 2 discs, Devil's Partner in theatrical 16:9 and TV version 4:3. Interesting. Audio commentary. Hollywood Intruders Film Group Story Part 3, a documentary by Ballyho Motion Pictures. The other ones must be on previous discs I've got. Roger Corman, Remembering Film Group. Interview with director Roger Corman. That should be interesting. He's always fascinating to listen to, Roger, because he just remembers everything in great detail and he speaks about everything fondly. You've never heard him say a bad thing, and even if he says, like, such and such was hard to deal with, he'll still say it in a nice way. This too, Creature from the Haunted Sea, theatrical 16:9 and extended TV version in 4:3. Audio commentary, original 16mm restored trailer, and a 2024 recut trailer made from restored film elements. There was a trailer on the other one too, I forgot to mention that. And before and after restoration video for Creature in the Haunted Sea. Very cool. So you get the disc, and you get the book, and you get the other disc. I mean, other companies would have just put these on one disc. I mean, honestly, they're so short. 73 minutes each. They could have put them on one disc, and no one would have been the wiser. But I appreciate that they are 2 discs, and you get, detailed book. Cool. There's some lobby art there, stuff there about films. So yeah, Film Masters continuing to do good work there with The Devil's Partner and Creature of the Haunted Sea. Next up, this one I picked up on the used market from a buddy of mine, Kiray, shout out to him, who was purging some films, and this is another Vinegar Syndrome that I didn't pick up at the time. It's not meant to be great, but the price was definitely right, and still had the slip, Memorial Valley Massacre. Some of you are probably booing or rolling your eyes now, but the price was right, so here we are. Beautiful art anyway. I mean, come on, great slipcover. But beyond that, there's a sort of similar poster art. Read from the back. Evil land developer Alan Sangster has just opened his latest tourist trap, the Memorial Valley Campground. As carloads of happy campers arrive for what they assume will be a weekend of fun in the great outdoors, a much more sinister presence is watching them from nearby wilderness. When campers start turning up dead, their bodies brutally mangled, George, the head forest ranger, is tasked with finding the killer, and putting an end to the bloodshed. He seems he might know much more about the sinister killings than he is letting on. Shot under the title Memorial Day, released internationally as Valley of Death, Memorial Valley Massacre, a cheerfully absurd direct-to-video slasher featuring imaginative deaths and a wild choice for a killer, directed by Robert C. Hughes of Hunter's Blood. Now, Hunter's Blood needs a friggin' release. What is going on there? I bought the Laserdisc and then realized the damn thing's cut. The VHS is uncut, so that was annoying. Not even on DVD. Need a Blu-ray, please. Hunter's Blood. Starring John Kerry from Dolomite, William Smith from Red Dawn, and genre film icon Cameron Mitchell, awesome, from Toolbox Murders, and many, many other things. Vinegar Syndrome presents Memorial Valley Massacre, its official disc debut, restored in 4K from the OCN. So look, it sounds good to me. I know it's had a bit of a bad rap, but I'm going to give it a go, and I will hope for the best. Memorial Valley Massacre. Another one, but this is a far newer Vinegar Syndrome. So initially I didn't pick this up on release. Didn't have the money at the time, so I picked and choose. But there's been a local eBay seller that has, I don't quite get it. He seems to buy the films. He's probably a subscriber. I think he's a subscriber and he keeps things. But then he puts the stuff up for auction, not buy it now. And it's just whatever the market pays. And I paid less than retail for this guy. The Playgirls and the Vampire. It wasn't a bargain, but I paid less than it would cost me to import, so win for me. And yeah, I was still keen to pick this one up. I was kind of annoyed with myself for not picking this up at the time, but you know, sometimes you got to pick and choose. Looks good, great poster. A troop of 5 showgirls, along with their manager, are traveling through a remote stretch of the countryside when the minibus gets stuck after a rainstorm. Finding refuge at the castle home of the mysterious Count Gabor Candace, the women make the best of the situation by continuing to practice their burlesque routines. Little do they know the strange Count is harboring a fiendish secret and is intent on subjecting the lovely ladies to his vampiric desires. It sounds great. Pioneering entry in the history of more erotically minded Italian Gothic horror. Yes. Future Fulci collaborator Piero Regnoli, writer of Demonia. Don't hold it against him. Demonia's alright. And Burial Ground. Thumbs up for that. It smells of death. Soul horror directing effort, The Playgirls and the Vampire. L'Ultima Preda del Vampiro. Nailed it. In a cheeky and charming mix of atmospheric castle chills and sexy go-go thrills. What a mix. Actor turned producer Walter Brandy from Bloody Pit of Horror, along with veteran screen stars Lila Rocco from One Step to Eternity and Alfredo Rizzo. The Beast in Heat, featuring striking black and white photography by Aldo Grisi from Play Motel. That's what I need to watch. I do have that, but I have to watch it. Vinegar Syndrome proudly brings this delightful offbeat drive-in late-night TV favorite to Blu-ray for the first time, restored in 4K from 35mm fine-grain master, presented in original Italian version and an English dub. This could be a hilarious one to watch in the English dub, actually. Yeah, just a disc in there. Features, we get newly scanned 4K, presented in original Italian and English with subs. Striptease Gothic, 26-minute conversation with Mark Thompson Asteroth. Original trailer, alternate Playgirls and the Vampire opening title sequence, alternate Curse of the Vampire opening title, alternate Des Filles pour un Vampire French opening title, stills gallery, reversible artwork, and newly translated subtitles. Not those old subtitles, no, nice new ones. Playgirls and the Vampire, sounds fun. Next up, continuing the series, and they've just about to release part 3 and 4. 88 Films doing great work with the Girls with Guns and the Bloodshed films, just the Inspector Wears Skirts part 2. Awesome. These are great fun. And it's surprising to me that I'm here upgrading 4 DVDs that I had on Fortune Star Legendary range to Blu-rays in slipcases from 88 Films. All 4 of them. It's amazing. 88 and Eureka are doing really good work in this arena. Hong Kong's toughest team of fearless lady cops are back on the beat. These femme furies are forced to take on both their male counterparts in the battle of the sexes, very Police Academy kind of stuff there, and a team of foreign mercenaries. Action legend Jackie Chan's lethal ladies include Shaw Brothers icon Wai Yin Hung from My Young Auntie, Sibel Hu, she's always good, Fong Sayuk, Bodacious Amy Yip, also good, Robotrix, what a film. Film's stunning action scenes are again delivered by Jackie Chan's stunt team. Also co-starring in the film, Inspector Wears Skirts 2 lays down its brand of law with madcap action comedy, blending the mirthful and the martial. they're good stuff. Unfortunately, no Cynthia in this one. She was in the first film. No Rothrock. But yeah, it's directed by Wilson Chin, who did a heap of these things. Good stuff. There's the original Hong Kong poster, which is also what they used on the legendary DVD. So yeah, almost a shame to retire those, but well, I don't keep duplicates. Poster, disc, and I got 3 and 4 to look forward to on Blu-ray. Amazing stuff. Spectre Wears Skirt Part 2. Next up. What's the what if face? Yeah, Radiance. Radiance have been reissuing Raro video titles. I do not know if they are new prints. I think they may not be. They might be same print, but they've re-digitized, like I think like Kino might have been doing with some of their things. I think it might be that situation, but anyway. Murder Obsession is one I never got, and I always was keen to see this one, a Ricardo Frida film. Michael Stanford, from who's Stefano Patrizzi from The Tough Ones, is on break from shooting his latest horror film with his friends, visiting his mother, Anita Strindberg, from Your Vice is a Locked Room and Only I Have a Key, what a cracker of a film, at their family estate. A series of heinous murders follow, and Michael is the main suspect due to the revelation he murdered his father as a child. Is Michael's past coming back to haunt him? Here's another explanation. Italian genre legend Ricardo Frida, from the horrible Dr. Hitchcock. The final film is a deliriously extravagant late-period giallo with director's signature gothic flourishes, featuring great supporting cast including Laura Gemser, Black Emmanuel, John Richardson, Black Sunday, and Martine Brocard from Eyeball. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to checking this one out. It's one of those sort of giallo horror kind of films from the time I've never seen. Don't know why I never picked up that Raro release back in the day, but anyway. High definition digital transfer from the original OCN, presented in 2 versions. Original uncut Italian edit with original score for the first time on digital formats, the shorter re-edited English version and electronic score. That's interesting. I mean, at least there's a different version on here than you do get presumably on the old Raro. Uncompressed mono audio, commentaries, interviews, more interviews, appreciation by filmmaker Gabriele Albanese, deleted scene, reversible sleeve based on the original posters, new and improved English subtitles, etc. Limited edition booklet, which we'll take a look at. Limited edition of 3,000 copies. There you go. Bright yellow disc. Definitely telling you it's a giallo. Nice booklet. And yeah, a little lightweight booklet. Just a bit of an essay there. That's something to read when you watch. Very cool. So yeah, and one of those full-size cases I do like. Makes it feel very luxurious. Murder Obsession. Excited to see that. And oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Error 4444. Great name for a label. Continuing their swim through the sleazy Hong Kong Cat 3 underbelly with Run and Kill. Wow. I love that they do the Thai poster art. They were making you choose for a while there. You had to pick which sleeve you wanted. But no, I guess they just decided to do this, and I'm happy with that. A bit like how Vinegar Syndrome do things. Number 7 in their range. I don't collect them all, I just pick up what I want. Spot gloss on the logo, looks lovely. As for the film, I read from the back. There you go. The World of Happy-Go-Lucky Family Man Cheung, Fatty Kao Nung, by Kent Cheng, comes crashing down when he drunkenly orders a hit on his cheating wife, propelling him into the depths of Hong Kong criminal underworld replete with bloodthirsty Vietnamese gangsters. Ex-military mainland Chinese gang, whose members include the unstable Ching Fung, played with depraved glee by the legendary Simon Yam, who did Dr. Lamb, Fatal Termination, all the good ones. Run and Kill is an unhinged cat-and-mouse thriller and takes nothing but nasty turns to a bitter end. I'm sure it does. This is one I had on an old Hong Kong DVD that I actually never got to. I was going through a lot of those at the time, and I didn't get to that one. But I now have got the Blu-ray. So Run and Kill comes from the demented mind of the late, great Billy Tang, one of the pioneers of Hong Kong's horror exploitation reign of terror during the 90s, which brought us other Cat 3 greats like Red to Kill, which they also released, Brother of Darkness, which I don't think they've released. Error Quadruple 4 is produced to bring proud to bring this Cat 3 exploitation classic to the shelves for sickos everywhere. 2K restoration, audio commentary by Bruce Holochek, does so many of these things, and Art Ettinger from Ultraviolet magazine. The Kids Aren't All Right, a video essay by Erica Schultz. I think she's the Australian lass. Audio commentary by Kenneth Borison and Philip Gillon of podcast at Fire Network. Run and Kill times CFK or by CFK on location. New English New English traditional Mandarin and simplified Mandarin subtitles. There you go. Thankfully got the English subtitles. So there you go. Run and Kill. Oh, I feel slimy even just putting this sleeve back on. But yeah, if she gets back on, she did. Slimy, Run and Kill. This one I just picked up today. As I said, I've been having a good run with the op shops, and I found this one today. The Airport Terminal Pack. I believe it's just had a Blu-ray release, but hey, this was staring me in the face. Older Australian DVD box set. Very nice. With the 4 films. Airport from 1970. Airport 1975. That's the name of the film. And Airport 77, and then the Concorde, Airport 78. So all 4 films here in a nice box set, which is cool. I'll get into that in a minute. Academy Award nominated Airport and the sensational sequels that followed are now together in one high-flying collection. The Airport Terminal Pack. Prepare to take off for non-stop thrills. Edge of your seat excitement as you fly to extremes with Hollywood's royal jet set, including, great list here, Charlton Heston, Burt Lancaster, Jimmy Stewart, Jack Lemmon, Lee Grant, Jacqueline Bisset, Dean Martin, George Kennedy, and many, many more. What a lineup. So yeah, Airport, original airplane disaster. Airport 75, mid-air collision, leaves a 747 without a pilot. Little hope for survival. Airport 77, a 747 is trapped underwater in the Bermuda Triangle. That sounds like we're getting to the 3rd film in the franchise where things just get a little bit off. A race against time and the elements to save the passengers. Concorde, Airport 79, Jaws Revenge. I mean, not that. Twice the speed of sound. The Concorde must evade a vicious attack by a traitorous armed smuggler. These things are getting more delirious as they go on, and that's amazing. And what's amazing is this thing was released. This is a pre-2005 Australian DVD because the ratings advice is old. 2004, Universal put this out. Yeah, so 3 of the films are in anamorphic widescreen. Part 75 is in scope, but it is not anamorphic. Luckily, my Oppo will make easy work of that. Those really good zooms. But yeah, there you go. All got 4 discs. And yeah, Airport, the Terminal Pack. I've always been curious about these things. I nearly bought that Blu-ray set. I might still do once I've watched the DVDs. But there you go. Airport, Terminal Pack. Good stuff. Happy to get this. And the last one in this relatively short DVD Blu-ray update, at least by my standards, the brand new release, the Bounty Hunter Trilogy. I know very little about these except for a lot of hype, a lot of excitement that they were getting released. And they're in the kind of wheelhouse of things I've been watching lately. 3 films by Shigeru Ozawa and Eiichi Kudo. We have Killer's Mission, Fort of Death, and 8 Meant to Kill. And I'll show you the covers. I'll get to the information in a second. Fort of Death. Great original posters here. 8 Men to Kill. I mean, assuming they're original posters or if they're using elements from original posters, I'm not too sure, but they look pretty authentic to me. Killer's Mission. And this one, you get a disc and you get the book on this side. So, Bounty Hunter Trilogy. Stuff about the films. Very nice. And this one here, you get another disc. You get some lobby cards behind there, but you get the all-important kind of obi strip thing, which can give me the information about the films to read to you. Before he made his name in Lone Wolf and Cub, Tomisaburo Wakayama starred in this triptych of violent samurai spectacles inspired by James Bond and spaghetti westerns. A great combination. Ichibai, a doctor and spy for hire, is sent on secret missions against enemies of the Shogun. Carrying an array of weapons that would make Q proud, Ichibai is supported by a band of helpers, including fellow spies, Ronin, and female ninjas. I mean, ticking the boxes there. From Shigeru Ozawa, who did the Street Fighter, so that's Sonny Chiba, and Eiichi Kudo, 13 Assassins. The Bounty Hunter Trilogy delivers action, thrills galore, and are worthy of being celebrated alongside action epics that would follow. Audio commentary by Tom Mess, interview with Akira Ito, visual essays, trailers, the booklet we showed, and other stuff on here. It's high definition digital transfer of each film presented on 2 discs on Blu-ray for the first time in the world. uncompressed mono PCM, audio commentary on Killer's Mission, interview with film historian Akihiko Hito, visual essay, series posters, press image gallery, trailers, optional English sub, 6 postcards. We'll take a look at in a second. Reversible sleeves, and etc. etc. So, yes, very, very nice. Here are the lobby cards. Don't want to get them out, so I probably won't get them out. Anyway, there's one lobby card, maybe a sneak peek at the other one under there. Very hard to get them back in a little paper slip. So, yeah, don't want to do that, but very happy to check these ones out. They are new to me. They are films I have heard of over the years. Fort of Death, 8 Men to Kill, and Killer's Mission, but not ones that I've ever sought out. Not too sure how they were released. Pretty sure we didn't get any Eastern eyes for these. So anyway, the Bounty Hunter trilogy. Excited to check them out. And that is my slightly shorter than usual DVD and Blu-ray update. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Chime in the comments for any of these films that you like or you're interested in or that I should watch. And if you like this video, make sure you like and subscribe. Check out this guy. Check out this guy. And I'll see you next time.